So, welcome back to the Tidarium Hangar, where I'm going to talk to you today about the KBB Kubian Bao Cool Become Brave. Let's just cut to the chase. This is the Tide Returns version of Devastator, shrunk down to about 13 inches so that he scales well with the rest of your Combiner Wars figures. And it actually is a long time coming because it really never made sense that they made it so big in the first place. But anyway, you're watching the Tidarium Hangar, where I talk about vintage to modern Star Wars, Transformers video games, and all great things. And we're going to talk about this guy, and I know that I am not the first one to have this. I know Ben beat me. Ben always beats me, and I'm just going to say chalk it up to geographic location. But check out Ben and Ben's Collectibles. He also has a video talking about this thing. But you're going to get my take on it, and I'm going to tell you what I think. But let's first get into checking out the box. So here it is in the packaging, and I'm going to have to say the packaging was heavily borrowed from, okay, I'll be honest, it's a KO, stolen from the original packaging, especially down to the saying it's, oh, it says it's 12 inches there. The promo pics showed it still saying 19 inches on the promo pics. That was kind of funny. But it's a field army. Superion is driven by one thing and one thing only. I don't really care what Superion's driven by. What's Devastator driven by? It's almost looking like it's going to say Combiner Wars. It's cool, become brave. Interesting. This is the Teonings, whatever, I don't know. This is Kubian Bao, KBB, Kubian Bao. Anyway, that's packaging. It's a big box. It's actually, it's like overkill on the box size. Okay, so first thing I want to talk about, we get this thing out of the box. It feels kind of light, and I want to say it feels cheap. But I also felt like the Combiner Wars one felt cheap. I felt like it was lightweight for as big as it was. And I think that this really feels like the Combiner Wars one shrunk down. I don't think the plastic's bad quality. I don't think that there's anything wrong with it. But on the flip side, he does feel light. But I think they literally just took the exact mold and shrunk it down. I don't see any improvements on the mold or anything. But let's go ahead and talk about this thing starting from the top. Let's get it on this head mold, which is the same, and it looks good. And I have to tell you, later on when I compare this to the Unite Warriors version, I prefer the US Combiner Wars head the most. Now, the fact that this is a KO, and you're all going to know it's a KO, A, because of the size, but B, as you go down throughout this, you see these little symbols that are not Transformer symbols. We are generic Decepticon symbols. Let's get that to show up just right. You'll see more of that, trust me. You'll see that. So, very easy fix. You just go through with a little sheet of stickers and put your own stickers on there. What you do, if you're collecting these things, I'm sure you have stickers by now. But stability-wise, he feels exactly the same stability level as the big one. And I actually found, I don't know if my big one does this, but I found an extra knee joint. So I'm going to use that to my advantage. And then the colors look right. They look perfect. The handpiece was, this had come off in the box. But now that I've got it back on, it's on solid. Like, I don't feel like this section had just popped off. As you can see, it just clips in right here. And I don't feel like it's gonna be an issue. You can still turn it into the cannons, but it looks like it's gonna be fine. I think it's pretty well made for a $50 KO. Now you can get this thing for $50 at TF Direct or Show Z. Either one of those places. Hopefully they don't sell out too fast if they're into this. Now going down below, we do have the paint apps on here that all look great and pretty well applied. I'm not getting in with a microscope or anything, but I don't see overspray on anything. so far on my copy. And then of course, yeah, there are some stickers in places and there's paint in places. And so that's just the way it is. I do see right here that the red is sloppy. I think that red could have been applied a little bit better right there. But aside from that, it looks pretty good. Let's talk about the infamous foot problem. Now, there are upgrade kits you can get, which are actually getting harder and harder to find every day, but the problem is that no upgrade kit's made for this yet. And I don't know why they didn't use an upgrade kit or just fix it in the first place. Like, why are they going to let this problem stay a problem? Most KOs, including KBB, Kubian Bao, fix these things when they're making these figures. So why did they choose not to fix that? I don't know. Anyway, there's a site, I came across someone selling 3D printed files, but not the actual piece. I would have ordered the piece for like 15 bucks or something, but the file was like $15 or $20. And then you still have to print your own, and I don't have a 3D printer, so there's all those issues. Now, when I get my other one out, I'm going to see. Now I'm starting to wonder, like, can that be a knee joint? Because that was my problem. The knee joint really is right here, which breaks the sculpt. It's a thigh joint. Hasbro, that's not knees, that's thighs. That's not a knee joint. So that was my biggest complaint about this figure, about the official. And they didn't fix it, but I thought, like, I made this thing work as a knee. So the next thing I want to say is, and I don't want to sound too negative, I think this is a great figure for what you get for 50 bucks, because you're not going to get, it's better than like some of the leader stuff you're getting. But I would have liked them to have fixed these arms, this arm situation where it's super skinny arm day, and so like he's never done a bicep curl in his life, I guess. But I don't like that. I don't like super skinny arm day, and I was hoping for a fix to that. Now these upgrade kits have those fixes, but then again, like I'm reiterating, there is no fixes. There are no fixes made to this guy. No upgrade kit pieces included or anything along those lines. Okay, so here he is compared to a Combiner Wars figure. Now, those of you who followed me, I've been selling off my loose chug stuff to fund Masterpiece and other ventures, maybe some Siege stuff. But this is my son's, and lucky for me, my son is an avid Transformer lover. But when I ask him for something like a Combiner, it comes down in a mess. That's me trying to make it look cleaned up as I could. But anyway, you can see that he's still going to be bigger than the regular Combiners, and that's because regular Combiners are about 12 inches, and this guy is about 13 inches. And I think Devastator, well, everyone thinks of Devastator as bigger, including me. And so I think really the only one bigger than Devastator is really Predaking. But I think the scale works, and you know, if nothing more, it works way better than how the scale worked with the original one that came out in the Tide Returns line or the Combiner Wars line. But I have to also say that Devastator's 6 bots, so if you're gonna have the bots anywhere near deluxe size, which they kind of aren't, but if you have anywhere near deluxe size, then you're gonna have it a little bit bigger. So I've been working on a new review space, but obviously I'm going back to the oldie but a goodie because, well, when you're comparing giant figures, you're just gonna have to have the space for it. But as you can see, look at the size difference here. Much different, much bigger. This guy's much bigger, this guy's much smaller, much more close to scale. But you can see they have the same issues. Like this piece here doesn't really want to tab and hold in, but it doesn't on that one either. So it's kind of a frustration, I guess you could say, for all of these. And then I do have the upgrade kits on this. So if you can see, the foot down here looks so much better than that foot. But the hands on here are the upgraded hands, so you don't have just the standard one. And the forearms are upgraded. So there are a handful of upgrades. I'm not going to strip off this guy Frankly, it'll take me forever to get the old parts back on this one. But Official has the stickers versus the non-stickers. The head looks different because it's just painted different for the Unite Warriors line. So going down, you see all the paint here seems to match up pretty well to each of these. Now going down here, you can see that where it's purple on here is black right there. And I don't know why, but I like the purple because it's more consistent. Now, this is one of those purple painted pieces. I don't know if that's part of the upgrade kit. I think that might be the upgrade kit. And then scrolling down, I think it just looks good. It matches up very well. So again, looking at the feet, and I know I'm just probably talking about this too much, but it bothers me that they couldn't fix it. I love this one with this foot upgrade, and I gotta tell you that I almost forgot how bad that foot looks until I pull it out of the box and I go, oh yeah, I remember that was a problem that I couldn't wait to correct with an upgrade kit. And I'm not even a fan of upgrade kits. I don't go out of my way to get upgrade kits, but this one I think is a necessity. Okay, so let's check these guys out from the back and see if there's any differences. And there is one difference, that it did come packaged with this crane and how to attach the crane. And I'm not going to mess with attaching the crane. It's not that big of a deal to me. And I'm going to actually put this guy back in the box for now, because I'm not sure what I'm going to do with him. But looking at it, I see almost 100% identical paint apps down, all the way down through this on both sides. And I have to say that the silver painted, it's got the silver painted, it looks pretty good. There's more green going on this one than what's going on here. But everything else looks to be pretty close to the same. This is the Unite Warrior paint. That is just how Titans Return did it, which kind of is a surprise. Why are they not doing the Unite Warriors paint scheme? That's interesting to me. But looking at all of this, it does look good from the back. It looks pretty clean, just like the other one. And it looks like all of the, once I manipulate this guy and I felt where the ratchets were, I feel the same ratchets in here. So that's a good thing. So anyway, I'm kind of curious what you think about this guy. Are you a collector of these? Do you like the Combiner Wars, the Unite Warriors versions? Did you get all, I think there's 12 to 15 of them. Did you get all of those? And would you be adding this to your collection? I know that I think it's great, and if I still was collecting the Combiner Wars, then I would love to have this mixed into my collection because it would make so much more sense. As you can see in this view, the difference in size. Like, subscribe, and tell your hanger out.